If this video reaches 1,000 likes, we'll be giving away 2 FR t-shirts from the Moliminous store.
Hey, what's up, Pony Nation? It's me, Faith from Moliminous, and welcome to another Top 10 video. Unless you didn't read the title, you already know this is the Top 10 Background Ponies. Keep in mind, this is just my list, and trust me, there are something like over 100 background characters, and it's very hard to put all 100 that will be your favorite into a top 10 list. So this is just my top 10 list. Feel free to put your version down below in the comments section. I'll be sure to go through them. Contrary to what a lot of people think, I do read a lot of them. I just don't respond to all of them. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Number 10. Alright, so this one is more obscure, but I did see a little bit of a fandom revolving around this one, and the reason why it's on here is because it's the first real main male outbreak character that I saw in recent times, and it came from the Starlight episode, the season premiere of season 6. The premiere of season 6 or 5, whenever it was, but it's Double Diamond. And yes, there's Balloon Pony, but I saw Double Diamond being memed a lot harder. Now, he is one of the few male characters in the show, and people tend to just gravitate to him. So Double Diamond definitely gets an honorary spot as one of the few males that make it into the Bronies list of husbandos, because trust me, there are very few male characters that the show actually highlights. Number 9. Alright, so when I say this name, Fresh Coat, you guys probably have no idea who I'm talking about, and this is where it comes into me talking about this is my personal list that I think you guys would at least enjoy. Fresh Coat is the painter pony from the Spice Up Your Life episode of season 6, where Rarity and Pinkie Pie go to Canterlot's food district and find that Indian restaurant. It's one of the painter ponies, and she looked adorable. Now, I don't know if everyone calls her Fresh Coat. Again, there's some kind of discrepancy on what to call her because she hasn't been fully pinned down yet. But it's this painter pony, and I just think her character just looks adorable, and I love the way that her hair is and just how she kind of looks like a tomboyish character. Number 8. So I'm gonna kind of combine these two, Aloe and Lotus, and just say Spa Twins. The Spa Twins have been around for a while. Their accents kind of change, but a lot of people give them a kind of foreign Germanic accent a lot of the times, or French. It just depends. A lot of the fanfic people take these characters and they give them amazing personalities, and I don't know who first scoped the personalities or if it was just a general consensus, but they're loving sisters, and I enjoy the dynamic of the two. I love their color schemes. Everything about them is just a lot of fun, to be honest. I love their cutie marks, especially the design on them. I mean, obviously it fits their names, but they just look amazing to me. Number 7. Berry Punch. If you guys are a real old school Moliminous fan, then you would know that Berry Punch is actually one of my favorite background characters of all time, and that is saying something because she's been my favorite for 3 or so years now, and I switch favorite horses quite frequently. But Berry Punch is an amazing character who is portrayed as being the fun, lovable drunk. You know, some people take it as being a serious thing, some people take it as being a lighthearted thing. Whichever side of the road that you fall on, her character is amazing. I've read both being portrayed as fun and dark, and I enjoyed each. Berry Punch is sometimes even associated with another person that's on this list, which is our number 6 spot, Cheerilee. Cheerilee is the teacher and seems to be the only teacher for the entire town of Ponyville, who also only appears to teach grade school. I'm not exactly sure. We don't see really any teenagers in her classroom, so I guess ponies don't go to high school? It's kind of confusing, but their confusing school system aside, a lot of people love Cheerilee. She's an adorable character, and her 80s version is just so cute. It's weird. Typically, kids and adults and teenagers and people of all ages tend to sometimes not like teacher characters because it hits a little bit close to home. You have that annoying science teacher who's not really annoying, but you just don't like them because they teach a subject that you're failing at or something. Number 5 is Colgate. Yes, the scourge of everyone, the dentist. Colgate is an amazing character, and whether you want to call her Colgate or Minuet, I really don't care. The character stays the same. The character is also sometimes paired up with Dr. Who's. It's another time change ruler thing. Time Lord, I think it's called. I don't actually watch Doctor Who. I'm a fake nerd. I don't know Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, or Doctor Who. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Regardless though, she's a cool character. I like a lot of the fandom stuff that's done with her. There's been tons of animations like where she's taking care of Ponyville and she's, getting mad at everyone who fails to brush their teeth. I'm not exactly sure why it became a meme that no one in Ponyville knows how to use a brush. I mean, I guess we've never seen them brush their teeth, but we've never seen them do a lot of things. Number 4. Lyra and Bonbon, another duet because I really don't see these characters being talked about too much apart. They're one of the few quote-unquote canon, not canon, little subtle nods to the fandom it was something that was pretty much cemented in episode 100 when they kept on going on about being best friends. There were quotation marks that I was doing, but you guys can't see that because you can't see me. This is recording, audio only. But Lyra and Bonbon is a hilarious duo. People usually make Bonbon as the straight shooter, the person that keeps Lyra on the tracks, and Lyra is the train that constantly wants to go off of the tracks, who is obsessed with humans, which is weird in their world, as if it was a human who was obsessed with unicorns or My Little Pony. Who's ever heard of that? Like grown adults obsessed with a children's show. That would be weird. Lyra has still been featured in a couple of fanfics by herself in a more serious tone, as has Bonbon. It is an interesting dynamic because it's one of the few ships that have been given so much fuel by Hasbro, and it's one of the few kind of canon homosexual pairings in a major TV show, especially aimed at younger children. So it is a little bit weird, it's a little bit groundbreaking, it's a little bit awesome too. Number 3, Vinyl Scratch and Octavia. As someone who loves music, I have to put them on the list, and I think a majority of you guys out there would agree. Vinyl Scratch and Octavia are iconic in the fandom. They are probably responsible for spawning so many musicians out there, and I am so happy to be part of a fandom whose characters have inspired such amazing creativity. Vinyl Scratch drops the wubs, and Octavia brings the classic soothing tones. We used to have it as a dynamic of Vinyl being the crazy one and Octavia being the prim and proper one, but episode 100 did show that yes, Octavia can get as crazy as Vinyl Scratch can. Vinyl has yet to really talk in the series, but Octavia sure does talk a lot with her Canterlot kind of feeling accent. Episode 100 did show us a little bit of that, and I did enjoy it. And the number 2 spot goes to, of course, my favorite, Trixie. Yes, Trixie is an amazing character who is, it's actually, for some reason, a lot of influential quote-unquote bronies' favorites. That's for me, QT loves Trixie. It's a great character. She's a braggart, but she's adorable, and you just can't help but not feel sorry for her. She's great, she's cute, and she is a showmare, as are most of us who do YouTube. We love the spotlight, we love the limelight, and we love your attention. Trixie is an amazing character who has also stayed on my top 5 list for a very, very long time. And again, because of how frequently I switch characters, that's something that's not really done. Now, you could make an argument that Trixie is no longer a background character but a secondary character now because of her intersection into the finale of season 6, not to mention that she's had 2 other episodes, but I'm gonna go ahead and stretch the definition just a tad, and I hope you guys don't yell at me too much for that, because I still consider her a background character until she gets her own focusing episode where she's not really playing an antagonist or anything like that. But the number 1 spot, I'm sure you guys already know, because if I didn't put her on the number 1 spot, I'm sure I would get thousands of comments telling me how horrible I am. Derpy. Yes, Derpy was probably obvious to a lot of you from the get-go. thought that she was gonna be number 1 because she is so beloved in the fandom. Derpy is probably the most beloved background character of all, and that's because she's so lovable. She's so clueless and ditzy, and that is just an immediate attraction point, I guess, to a lot of bronies. I'm not sure why that is, but it is, and people go nuts for her. And when she was censored due to quote-unquote soccer moms emailing Hasbro, the fandom pulled up their pitchforks and started Save Derpy campaigns all over the interwebs, and that was probably one of the first moments that the fandom really rallied together, and that is iconic. So guys, that is my top 10 list of the best background ponies in MLP. Feel free to send me your top 10 list in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to join the herd today. And be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed. Otherwise, you know what to do. I've been your host, Moliminous, and I'll see you guys next time.